Ever wonder what takes to succeed? Let's Talk is our exciting monthly program where we sit down with our alumni and renowned personalities to uncover their journey, challenges, and secret to success. At today's episode, we have our alumni, Miss Sahitya, with us. Welcome, Sahitya.
Hi, Lakshaya. I'm really excited to have a conversation with you. I'm Sahitya and I had finished my high school in Pave Vidyashram in the batch 2023 to 2024 and currently pursuing my career in chartered accountancy.
How did you adapt to the difference in the study environment and expectations between school and CS studies?
When I initially switched from school to CA studies, I understood the transition was a bit huge. School education was a bit more organized with regular teacher supervision, but CA demanded a much greater self discipline and kind of self learning. To cope up with it, I created a regular study schedule, prioritized time management, and concentrated on a pragmatic way of learning instead of memorizing them blindly. And a major factor which helped me was intrinsic motivation that I had in myself that turned my learning process not only into a core but something I really wanted to do. And this also helped me ensure that I always keep myself on track.
Can you share some of your most memorable moments from your school days?
My school life was filled with a lot of memories that I can't even forget. But one of the most memorable was during the student council election that I had attended. And during my interview, like after finishing the interview, I thought to myself that, okay, I will not be selected because I thought I didn't perform that well. But in fact, during the result time, I was just checking my name was included in any other position rather than checking it in school pupil leader. When I didn't find my name included in those, I gradually withdrew myself and started consoling myself that, okay, it's totally okay. But after a short time of rolling with all those punches, one of my friend told me that I had indeed selected as school pupil leader, and that's something you can't even forget. And the second thing is when I got the Best Outgoing Student Award, the highlight of it all was to have my parents on stage with me when accepting the award. Seeing them smile with proud made me feel that I had achieved something in my life. So I think these two memories made my whole school journey such an unforgettable memories.
How did you manage to balance your academic committees with your leadership duties?
To start this question, it's really a bit difficult to balance studies with my leadership position as the school pupil leader, but it taught me multitasking and time management skills. I made sure I had a very proper timetable while actually performing my leadership duties. The most important is setting priorities, and this helped me sure that I finished my studies so that I could spare some time for my leadership tasks without disrupting my studies. With my peers who were also student leaders, we shared the workload and covered each other's back. And this made me more disciplined and more confident at juggling more than one thing at a time.
Oh, really? Awesome. What are some projects you have spearheaded during your tenure year as a school captain?
As a school people leader, I arranged a program titled Group Fun for grades 6 to 8. Under this program, the students were divided into groups and were assigned activities such as creating posters, acting out skits, and other activities. The primary aim was to enhance the teamwork and creativity among the students. Planning group fun actually taught me a lot about leadership than what I really thought, because I thought leadership is what you go tell something someone and they have to ensure that they do it, but pragmatic way or the real approach of leadership is totally different, and that I learned a lot about that in the project group fun. And I think there was really a positive way to engage students, get into teamwork, and do something with proper coordination. At first, when I got this idea, I was having a cold food about informing this to principal because I thought he's not going to have time to think and process the raw data I gave. But Principal Sir welcomed this idea with open arms and helped me a lot to make this event a successful one. And he's an ideal principal that every student dreamt of.
That's great. Did you have any unconventional learning experience or projects that had a lasting impact on you?
Yeah, one of the unconventional learning experiences that has a deep impact on me is the project titled Business Proposal. Here, my group and I were required to create a real product and present a live demonstration, just like what they do in the Shark Tanks. We decided to create a chocolate named dopamine, which symbolizes pleasure and happiness, just like the neurotransmitter in the brain. This project gave me a clear grasp of business concepts like product development, branding, marketing, and something like that. It also improved my teamwork, coordination, and creativity skills. Above all, it rekindled my passion for business and finance.
If you could time travel to any school event, past or future, where would you go and what would you do?
As I told you before, during my 11th grade, I hadn't participated in the student council. So, because as a new student to the school, I didn't have any idea of how my school worked and opted not to run. Back then, I simply didn't feel coming forward because I told you that I just focused on studies. However, after winning the school pupil leader title last year, I realized how much I enjoyed serving on the student council. So, looking back, I wish I had taken that step a bit earlier. It would have given me more time to develop as a leader, bond with more fellow students, and be able to contribute to the school.
How did your school environment contribute to your personal growth?
I think Pave has contributed a lot of things when it comes to personal growth. They focus on every students and develop them. So it Pave provided me with opportunities to step out of my comfort zone, take on responsibilities. So becoming the school pupil leader was the turning point of my life, as it helped improve my leadership, communication, and back then I was a student who don't really come up, like, I don't really take on stages, but Pave had actually changed my perspective of life. So it made me feel that I'm not a diffident anymore because I always had a cold feet trying new opportunities as I was taciturn in nature. But Pave has changed that. And I always believe Pave constantly delivers on its promise that we create leaders because they actually created a lot of leaders. So, and experiences like organizing group fun and working on business proposal project gave me a practical learning beyond textbooks. So that made me feel that I had become the best version of myself, like the Sahitya I dreamt of.
Thank you for sharing your valuable insights and your words of wisdom. I hope we have benefited our student community.
Thank you, Pave, for giving me this opportunity. I'm truly grateful to my school, teachers, friends for shaping my journey. The lessons I learned, the experience I gained, and the memories I made will always hold a special place in my life. Thank you.
At this moment, I would like to heartfully extend my gratitude to our chairman, Sri N.V. Natarajan sir, correspondent Srimati Mangai Natarajan ma'am, director Dr. C. Satish sir, principal Rohit Satish sir, headmistress Mrs. Niranjani ma'am, headmistress of Salem campus Mrs. Rajni ma'am, and our technical team. At today's episode, signing off, Lakshya.